to all the women that have been supporting her. Because do y'all remember when Monique said this a couple years ago? It's your girl Taylor Patrice, and welcome to another episode of Let's Talk About It, baby. Let's talk about it. A place where we get to talk about the foolery that goes on the WWW. That's right, the World Wide Web. And today we have a lot to unpack here. So your girl is back with another video. Hey, your girl is back with another video. Hey, your girl is back with another video. First of all, I don't want to move too much because two reasons. One, you know what I'm saying? Titties are out, kinda. One wrong move and they might, you know. The other reason is, baby, you don't want to see what's up under here, bruh. I did not shave my armpits. I just put on this so I can film, and it's giving 90s a baddie. So you just gonna have to deal with it if I'm real stiff. That's why, because I don't want y'all to see what's up under here. Obviously, by the title of the video, you guys already know that we are going to be talking about Taraji P. Henson breaking down during an interview. If you're like me, when I saw Taraji P. Henson break down, my heart, because she's so pure, and we've all got to see her grow from sister all the way to like what she's in now, the color purple. We've got to see her at her highs, her lows, and she's always been very transparent about where she's been at in life. I remember watching an interview of Taraji. She was talking about sister. If y'all don't know, I love me some sister. I always have. Before it was even on Netflix, I had the DVDs, like I had all the seasons. Like I was obsessed with Tia and Tamara. So just watching everyone that was involved in sister, even if they were not permanent cast. Taraji P. Henson was on sister, Gabrielle Union was on sister. Like, those were my girls, okay? What you're not gonna do is come for my girls. But anyway, she talked about how, I don't know if that was her first gig, it's been a while since I've watched the interview, but basically how she was like the oldest person on set, and she had her son, I believe, and I think she was like 30 at the time, but she was just so happy to like be in LA getting this opportunity. And she's like, during the break she would go out and smoke a cigarette. And I mean, again, just her transparency throughout this process of her becoming an actress, how, you know, she got started, and now her saying that maybe I'll be taking a step back from this because I'm not getting paid what I deserve. And shout out to all the women that have been supporting her under the comment section, saying supportive things, you know, like that is really dope to see black women come together, because we don't always do the best when it comes to supporting one another. Monique, because do y'all remember when Monique said this a couple years ago?
Countess Vaughn and I did a show called The Parkers. The Parkers has now been on air for 24 years. And they're trying to convince us, through our ownership of the show, that we made absolutely no money.
And y'all was all on her back, and then she got blackballed from the industry, and then we didn't really see her. Yeah, she said the same thing. But again, going back to the comment section, I just want to address this before we really get down into the nitty-gritty. For the people that are commenting like, we'll get a real job, I don't really fucking understand this. I've never understood the difference between a real job, and we don't call it fake jobs, so I don't know what the fuck it is, but a real job and a non-real job, what the fuck is that? Because last time I checked, a job was anything that like you made money from. So what the fuck is a real job? Or for people commenting like, well, boo-hoo, like you're just like the rest of us. Bitch, you sound bitter as fuck. Telling somebody to go and get another job, potentially making more money, but it's something that they don't like to do, is dumb as fuck. Like, when people actually comment some of these things, I wonder if they think about it for real. And I'm not talking about just like the people that don't have a profile picture and that are just trolling, you know. I'm not talking about them, because clearly they don't have a life. Clearly they are unhappy in life. You know what I'm saying? Like, bitch, show your face, show us who you really are. But I'm talking about for the people that actually have like profiles and look like they are kind of like actually like living life, you know. To those people that decide to comment dumb shit like this, why? If you are a teacher and you're not making the money that you feel like you deserve, does it make sense for you to go back to school to become a doctor even though like you don't like science? Like, does that make sense to you? To tell somebody, well girl, you could have made more money if you went to med school. Does that make sense? Everyone was born with a purpose. So to tell somebody to not speak up for being done wrong, you're the fucking issue. You're the fucking problem. Just because I'm being done wrong doesn't mean that I want to completely dismiss myself from the field. It means that I want better in the field that I'm at. I want to be paid what I deserve. I want to be paid what I deserve in the field that I'm currently in. I don't want to leave the field. That's why I put so much blood, sweat, and tears to be here. I knew what it was when I signed up. I knew it was going to be hard work. But now that I done did the hard work and I'm still not getting paid for it, now it's an issue. You feel me? It's a problem. I've done the work. So to all of the people that were commenting that, fuck you. Go to hell. Alright, so now let's get into what Taraji P. Henson said.
And I heard on the street, Taraji, you had the audacity to say you're thinking about stopping acting. We said, stop talking. Are you thinking about it?
I'm just tired of working so hard, being gracious at what I do, getting paid a fraction of the cost. I'm tired of hearing my sisters say the same thing over and over.
I'm going to assume that she's talking about her fellow black women that are also in the industry. And I think that this is an important conversation to have because regardless of what industry you are in, we all get lowballed. It doesn't matter if you are a teacher, a nurse, social media influencer, an actress. We are all getting lowballed. A lot of times we have to fight to get paid what we deserve, especially when we have that resume. Because it's even harder if you don't and you still have people that are getting paid more than you with less of a resume. And so I just think that it's so interesting to hear that coming from her because it's something that we all can relate to.
You get tired. I hear people go, you work a lot.
Yeah.
Or have to.
She said I have to. And let's talk about that because at the end of the day, have you guys ever thought about this being a hidden agenda? As a black woman, people already look at us as being the strong black woman, the woman that's keeping it all together. But in all actuality, if we want to live the lives that we feel like we deserve to have, we have to work. There is no other option. We don't have a choice. And because black women are so driven to get to where we want to go, working is the only option. When she said the math ain't mathin', did Monique not warn us? Did Monique not say the same exact things that Taraji is saying here? And I feel like I want it to be known that I respect Taraji P. Henson. Obviously, you can hear in her voice how hurt and how done she is at this moment. But why is it that a black woman has to be so soft-spoken and done and on her last end for us to be heard? Because when Monique said this years ago, when it came to her promoting Precious, how she spoke out about what she just wasn't going to do, how she was not going to work for free. She was blackballed and she was told to play the game. I remember watching a video about the Monique situation a couple of years back. The guy that's like, hi my loves. Oh, Justin Choice. He did like this long video. It was really well put together about the situation, and from that video I started to just do my research, and I was just like, damn, but what did she say that was wrong? People spoke about how her approach was off, and if I look at the video as I'm about to run the clip, I don't think that she sounded mad. Well, let me take that back. She sounded mad, but I don't think that she approached it in a rude manner. She just sounded like she was stern on what she was talking about. She was very stern. But what's wrong with being stern? Why is it that a black woman has to be like, oh my gosh, and be so soft-spoken for us to be heard? And for so long, like, I can relate to this because for so long, I felt like that was me. I grew up going to private school. I grew up being around white people and black people. I went to private school in high school. I had more white teachers than black teachers. And I just remember me having this voice and it being frowned upon. And it got looked at as like, well, you always have to say something, just shut up. And don't get me wrong, because sometimes I had a little mouth. Okay? And here I am admitting it. However, a lot of times, I was just speaking facts. And I don't feel like anybody ever dove into what I was saying just because I was stern on what I was saying. It was always, you have the worst attitude. Baby, I'm not even mad. Like, I'm just speaking. This is what I want and this is how I would like for it to be done. Or, these are my feelings. This is how this makes me feel and I would like for that to change. You just have the worst attitude and, oh my gosh, you're just such a problem child and you're just a millennial. No. So it hurts me to hear Taraji speak about this. But it's so crazy that the same thing was said from two different people. And Taraji had to be literally at the end to where she is about to quit this career, the career that she has been pouring into, the career that she loved oh so much, just to be heard.
The math ain't mathing. And when you start working a lot, you know, you have a team. Big bills come with what we do. We don't do this alone. The fact that we're up, here's a whole entire team behind us.
Yes.
They have to get paid. So when you hear someone saying, oh, such and such made $10 million, no, that's not, that didn't make it to their account.
And that is very important because just because you got paid, the larger the check is, the more taxes come out of it. That's how they get you. They pay you in one big lump sum so they can take that shit. But like she said, it doesn't hit the account. And then from there, you have to pay everyone. By the time you get your monies, we're pinching pennies.
Know that off the top, Uncle Sam is getting 50%.
That's right.
Okay? So do the math. Now we have $5 million. Your team is getting 30% or whatever your team is off of what you grossed.
Sometimes
not
more.
after what Uncle Sam took. Now do the math.
This is how they get you. This is really how they get you. Because your team is getting 30% of what you grossed. That means the whole check. Although you just paid half of that shit in taxes. They don't give a fuck about what money is left. They give a fuck about what you had that you didn't never really have.
So
You're tired.
I'm only human, and it seems every time I do something and I break another glass ceiling, when it's time to renegotiate, I'm at the bottom again, like I never did what I just did, and I'm just tired. I'm tired.
Editing Taylor here. Oh, I sound horrible because it's early in the morning. But anyway, I just thought about the interview that Taraji P. Henson did on The Real a couple years ago. She said the same exact shit. So I'm going to let y'all hear this too.
Let's talk about it. You said that Tyler Perry was the first person. After all the movies you did,
How about that?
Tyler Perry, a black man, was the first person to pay you what you were worth.
Yeah.
Can you tell me?
That was what I was asking for.
Wow.
Because I wasn't a greedy person. I understood the game. I know that I can't make as much as a certain person that's been in the game longer than me, has proven box office success. I'm proving myself still. But at the same time, I'm not gonna belittle myself, my talent, and my worth. I know that I can at least bring you $500,000 in ticket sales.
Right.
If not more.
Right.
Because when you did Benjamin Button,
That was 150.
Right.
Okay, so let me break it down because I
Okay.
remember some people were like, 150, she greedy, that's a lot of money. Let
Right.
me break this down for
break
you.
it down.
Okay.
When you start making that kind of money, Uncle Sam takes 50%. So let's do the math. We're going to act like this romper room. You know how they give you those shows, they let you compute it for a second. So that leaves me with 75 now, right?
Yep.
Then I have to pay another 30% to my team who did all the work to get me that job.
Yes.
So I don't pay them 30% of the 75. No. I pay them 30% of the 150 that comes out of my 75. So what does that compute to? Okay, so let's break it down like this. You have 12 months in a year to make your money, right? If you do a film for 5 months, that takes you off the market for anything else to earn any other kind of coin until you're done with that show. At the time, my son's school tuition, because he was in high school at Buckley, was $30,000. I chose my son's education over fancy cars and all those things. And so literally for 5 months, that's what I made. His tuition. Now what? I got to hit the pavement again, and I got to scrounge up another check.
That's right.
So that is how that works, ladies and gentlemen.
I am so happy you broke that down, because so many people have the misconception.
Yeah. You think you see somebody sold something to a streaming service for $20 million. Sounds great. Do that math I just told you.
Yes.
50% goes to Uncle Sam. Then they got to pay whoever they got to pay to get that. So they literally walk away with less than half of that.
I think that was just really hard to hear her speak like that, because Taraji has done so much for the up-and-coming creatives, actresses, and I really hope that there's a change. I just wonder, what do we have to do for us to all be on one accord? Because it seems like us as black women, you got some over here, and then some over here, and then some over here. I can't lift my arm, and then some over here. You know what I'm saying? We're never just like on the same page with anything, and I feel like if we could just all get on the same page, then we will all elevate together. But the bad part, and again, the reality of it all, is that like, you have to play the game. You just can't talk about stuff. However, have you seen the headline as of recently? Motherfuckers are starting to get exposed. Motherfuckers is starting to get exposed. So if you are somebody that is going through this, just keep hanging on. Just keep pushing and stay true to yourself. And if you don't know who yourself is, continue to learn yourself and grow, because I feel like a breakthrough is coming. Obviously, this is something that has been said over and over again, but this is actually breaking through the glass. We was tapping the glass before, but this is actually breaking through. So now we're about to unpack what Monique said, and we're about to compare the two.
I got labeled as difficult because I said one word, and that was no.
I got labeled as difficult because I said one word, and that was no. That is so powerful, especially to a black woman, because we always get looked at as being difficult, hard to work with, angry. But if I said I don't want to do it, the answer is no. If I felt like that didn't align with who I was, respect that. But instead, she got blackballed from some powerful people in the industry, and then to all the regular people just went along with it. Like, we didn't see the fucking problem.
Now, I said no to some very powerful people. What Tyler Perry showed me, Lee Daniels, Oprah Winfrey, and Lionsgate. When you don't do what we ask you to do, we'll take your livelihood.
We'll take your livelihood. And I remember watching that video that I was talking about when I was like doing my research about this a couple years ago. I remember, and I wonder if I can find it, but basically like Tyler Perry saying like, you're not wrong. You shouldn't have done it that way. And I'm not a Tyler Perry hater over here. There are some things that I feel like I don't necessarily agree with, but that's anybody. Hell, I don't agree with what my friends do and their decisions, but if that's what's best for you, you know what I'm saying? But I just feel like being such a powerful voice that he is, he definitely could have spoke up. But hell, maybe there was something or someone that's above him that would have lowered his status if he would have, like, I don't know. And that's why the industry is just so tricky, because the higher you get, it seems like the things that have been revealed in 2023, like the higher you get, you recognize that they didn't get to the top by themselves, right? They had to get other people involved, and those other people hang things over their head. So it's like, to you, to the average person, I appear as if I'm growing and I'm at the top, but for real, I'm at the same level with a more exposed name. I'm still here, and that's what it seems like. Like, the people that are at the top don't really seem like they're at the top, and that's why it's very tricky to be in the entertainment industry. So when you have these goals and you're setting out these goals, just be mindful of what you might come across and who you're bringing with you and what you're signing. Like, how many stories do we hear of people signing contracts, artists signing contracts, and they didn't even get shit? You've got to really, like, start figuring out stuff for yourself. How many artists do we know that are independent? It's really interesting, and I think that we should keep our eyes open. Ooh, child.
So Tyler Perry says to me, listen, you may really want to consider promoting this film, because if you get nominated for an Oscar award, your next film is $3 to $5 million, and if you win it, your next film is $6 to $8 million. I said, Tyler, who you talking to? I'm a black woman. Where do they pay those type of salaries, brother? I said, what I cannot do, Tyler, is work for free. I've done what I was supposed to do. I cannot go overseas and do this for free, Tyler.
So basically what's going on here is that she was promoting the movie Precious, and they wanted for her to go overseas, and she like, so y'all gonna give me money for that too? And basically they were like, no, but like, if you do this and you win, like, you're gonna get money, you feel me? Like, and she like, yeah baby, you gonna give me the money? And he's like, nah, like, I'm not just giving away money for free. And she's like, well, I'm not just working for free. And so that's what she's referring to in this video. I'm just gonna say it. Monique said it. Monique said this shit years ago, but y'all blackballed her because her approach was wrong, because she didn't play the game. Y'all motherfuckers owe Monique an apology. For real. Because this is an issue, and it's not even just an issue in that industry. Like I said, it's an issue in general. And as black women, we've got to do better. We've got to do better in just being stern and speaking up. But something else that I said in a video that I recently did about Monique, and what was that video? Was it of her calling her man daddy? Oh yeah. It was a video of her saying that her man raised her. See, I agree with all that. Like, her man raised, yeah, Monique, you lost me there. But in that video, I mentioned something along the lines of, do you think that her not only being a black woman of a darker complexion, but her being bigger, or fat played a part of people not listening to her? Because basically what I was saying in that video was, since when does being fat make you not knowledgeable? It's like, you got more tummy, less brain cells? I mean, I don't understand. As you grow up and as you grow as a person, you really start to realize how hateful this world is and how much self-hate the average person has. Like, it's crazy. Because it wasn't just the powerful people doing it. You feel me? It wasn't just that. Like, granted, like, they could control the things in the network, but us as the people, like, if we don't move, shit don't shake. You feel me? And us as the people, not me, but y'all motherfuckers shamed her. So now what? And I really wonder, do people do self-reflection? Like, are people, the same people that were talking shit about Monique, really like, damn, I really did that? Like, I really hope that's the case, but I know motherfuckers aren't. And I think that's what scares me about the world that we live in. And that is why my circle has begun to get smaller and smaller, and why you really can't let a motherfucker in, because people do not do self-reflection, and nobody gives a fuck. But like I said in one of my videos, and people be like, on common sense. Is it common? Yes, the fuck it is. Common sense is very much so common. People just choose to turn the other way. Your conscience tells you when there's something right and when it's something wrong. People can act like they don't care all day. Motherfuckers care. When people are continuing to go online and bash one another and go back and forth, that's you caring. You do know that, right? Like, you do realize that. And y'all motherfuckers can stay far, far away from me. Please do not come in my circle. Don't come nowhere near me. The answer is no. I don't want it. No, no, no. But I really want to know what you guys think. What did you guys think about the Taraji P. Henson interview? Now going back and looking at the Monique situation, what do you guys feel? Thank you so much for tuning into my video. I know that we were all over the place. I just have a lot to do, child, and I was trying to get my thoughts together, and I don't even know everything that I said in this video. I have no idea. I have no idea. But I know I just spoke from the heart. I ain't coming on here with no notes, no nothing. Nothing. None of that. Nada. But I just felt like I needed to talk about this because, like I said, I can relate. And being a black woman that feels like gets labeled as angry, even in my videos, like, I want y'all to know, like, I'm just projecting here, but I'm not mad. Like, I'm not mad. If I have a louder voice, that it shouldn't be me being mad, or it shouldn't be, you know, me being masculine. Like, and that's a whole nother video, child. That's a whole nother video. But if I am somebody that can project my voice, so what? Does that mean I'm angry? Long as I'm not cussing you out and say bitch this and square the fuck up. I don't even remember what I was saying. Just let me know in the comments below what you guys thought. And make sure that you tune in to the next one, because here, let's talk about it, baby. Let's talk about it. We always have a lot to unpack.